Righty-ho, let's have a look. Is there anybody around tonight? Oh, there we are. We're on. Marvellous. Where do you think we are? Say hello if you're there. Anybody? Give us a thumbs up. All the usual sort of stuff. Type something in the chat, etc. That's just a quickie tonight, really, to have a bit of an update. Evening, Gary. Peter, good evening, good evening. There's a few there, marvellous. I think most people are probably out in the garden, aren't they? Having a barbie or whatever. Yeah, just a couple of quick updates, really. People will catch up later on, no doubt. Find it in their email when they come back in, etc. Obviously, tomorrow's auction day. Buy some steam engines, etc., etc. We'll have a look in a minute, see how the prices are doing. And also, I'll put up the page now for booking tickets for next Sunday. So I can probably copy the link here, can't I? Copy it back out. There we go. Zoom it back in again a bit. Something, whatever. Yeah. So there we are. Click on there where it says all your tickets. There's a link there to click in to order. So yeah, same as last year, or last 3 years actually, basically. 11 till 4 at Paul's on Sunday. Barbecue, food and drinks all day again as usual. And then, but if you come for the weekend, Saturday evening, we are meeting up on front of Clacton Pier, 6 o'clock. And then going for a little walk up into town. There's a very nice chip shop apparently for a chippy. There's a Wetherspoons as well if you don't fancy a chippy, etc. I'm sure there's plenty of other eateries as well. So we're going to have a wander up there, a bite to eat and drink perhaps, and then go back down to the pier again for the evening for a bit of bowling, bit of slot machining, bit of whatever, sitting on the pier, seeing the sunset and all that sort of thing. Just having a jolly evening at the seaside, really. That sounds rather nice, doesn't it? So, yeah, hopefully see some of you there. Pie and mash shop, but there probably is a pie and mash shop, I suspect, if that's what you want, yes. Sure there'll be some pie and mash available. But there we are. Anyway, so yeah, it's up there. Get your thing booked in. If you let us know as well, send us an email or a text or a message or something, or Paul, if you are coming on the Saturday night as well, if you're going to join us. I think Paul's going to try and reserve a couple of tables. The chippy's got tables in apparently. Have a sit down and a meal. So, and then he'll try and reserve a few tables there for us. So that's good. Auction wise, shall we see how we're doing? Have a quick scoot through, shall we? Well, people have had some ideas about the mysterious slot machine collection as well. I'll tell you in a minute. Anyway, how are we doing here? Let's have a look. Zoom in a bit more, so we see a bit better. There we go. Yeah, so 10 o'clock we start part 1 tomorrow, don't forget, and rather than 1 o'clock, and then the second half is 1 o'clock, so 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock. So don't miss the first bit, or put your bids in now if you can't join us tomorrow, obviously, as per usual. So little fairground models, these have got to go, no reserve, £12 at the moment for a switchback. These work, I've had it running. Big wheel works, again, that's impressive. It's like 4.5 foot, I think it is, diameter, 52 inches, I think. So quite impressive thing, all lights on it as well. Cakewalk again, working, motorised. There's a few little bits of side stuff as well. These are all very cheap at the moment. Look, £1 and £2, etc. What else we got? Boat, £32 at the moment. It's live steam engine, 110. I think it's complete unused in the box, that one. Other steam engines, how are we doing? At 42 for that one with the kind of log trailer, 38. 42 for Old Smoky, 32 for the Steam Workshop at the moment. 32 for this one, 18 for the little Mamod or Maymod. £12 for the Doll one. This rather nice horizontal engine, 42. Nice brass one, look good on stuck on your desk, that one or something. Racing car, 42, that's quite good. Decent size, it's yeah, big measurements are on there. The bonnet lifts up so you can see the engine. Corgi models, there's a few bids on these now. These are all at a pound earlier on, or even less, but obviously a few people are cotton on, I think, because these sets, a lot of them are limited edition sets. £18 PAM, 7s, 14s, 18s, there's all sorts of different ones. If you know anybody, they've all got a Morris Minor in, basically. Either a Morris Minor or a kit with Morris Minors in. So if you know anybody into Morris Minors, they're all mint boxed. A lot of them have got limited edition certificates with them. Think ahead to Christmas presents and things, you know. Bound to know somebody with them, little moggy, haven't you? There's all sorts. Have a look through. A lot of them are still only on £1 bid. Look, some are a bit more. There's post officers, there's police cars, advertising vans, chocolate ones there. Beano, Spider-Man, Rover Tiger, all sorts. Have a look through all that lot. There's bound to be one in the colour to match if you've got a moggy. There's probably a model to match, I should think. Anyway, so that's that lot. Let's scoot through all those. Where do they finish? There's quite a lot of them. These are quite interesting. These rally ones. Rally winning, I didn't know they rallied Morris Minors, but there we are. Apparently they did. Some here in rally livery. Quite interesting. Tells you a bit about the history of them as well. Where are we? Bear with me. There's the other steam stuff gone. Page 3 maybe. Bird's custard. I've had custard for ages. Apple pie and custard. Right, where are we? Hang on a moment. Let me get through the last of these. Here we are, part 2. So part 2 then from 1 o'clock. So this is all single owner collection, the second half. How are we doing so far? This nice little model roundabout 22. The lovely Showman's Engine 400. So this there's a power supply with it as well. So obviously you can live steam it as it's intended, or there's a little plug and power supply, which runs a little exciter dynamo up in the canopy you can hardly see. Or what would be an exciter on a real Showman's engine. That runs the dynamo at the front, which will turn the big flywheel and the cranks and things, so it's got some action. And also, because it's then powering the dynamo is hooked up to the lights in the canopy, and the lights will run. So you can have it kind of running without needing to steam it, which is a bit more convenient. Anyway, nice Showman's Caravan there, 90. That's got a fully fitted interior as well. The roof comes off. Have a look. There's some pictures of the inside of it. The other Showman's Engine 620. This one's a bit smaller scale. I'm not sure. The actual dimensions are on there. You have to kind of figure out the scales for yourself. There's some right oddball scales in these things. I've discovered like 1 1/8" and things for some strange reason. The Alchin, Alkin. 3 different people have given me 3 different pronunciations. If anybody knows, is it Alchin, Alchin, or Alkin? I think I've had 3 different suggestions. Anyway, 340. That's a big chunky one. That one, 1.5" scale. It's you can hardly lift it thing. The Mini. This one's called Mini. 190 at the moment. This Scratch Bit 1207. This was put up in Scotland apparently. £55. Alchin. Yeah, I know that's spelt, but is it all chin, as in all of these, or Al, as in short for Alan, or kin? Somebody's suggested it was all kin or Alkin rather than ch. Don't know. Anyway, it's one of them, and it's nice. Come and buy it. We got this one, gas fire boiler. That one's handy. There's a little miniature gas tank kind of in the where the coal would usually sit, if you like. Where the dryer would stand, so you just fill up with gas. Is that one on gas or solid fuel? Can't remember. Oh yeah, solid fuel, that one. Yep. Quite like the one that's all in brass, unpainted, and copper. Anyway, there we are. How are these ones doing? Quite a few of these to choose from. TE1s, TE1As. 30, 55, 40, 30, all kind of the same sort of price, aren't they really? 32, 26, 22, 28, 55, 42. Yeah, so sort of 30 to 40 pound most of them, aren't that kind of range. The threshing machine, this is another, oh yeah, the black Showman's engine as well. It's got a power supply. It does the same thing as the red Showman's engine. So it can be powered by plugging it in rather than steaming it up. This little threshing machine, again, it's got a little motor sort of kind of hidden inside it in the power supply, so you can have it running, or obviously hook up to a steam engine, as it's meant to be. you can power it up instead if you want to see it running. Little steam wagon 48, 110 that one. Steam engines and cars. What's that? That's fine. Steam engines 55, 44 for the Roadsters. 55 and 60. We haven't even got a pound bid for an aeroplane yet. Who wants an aeroplane? Look, pound. Got remote control gear in it. That one is a pound. Nobody likes aeroplanes, obviously. Oh well. How about a U-boat then? 12 quid at the moment. That's like 5 foot long or something. It's a big, impressive looking thing. As in all the chins. Oh, there you go then. I shall stick to all chin. That's what I thought it was. This boat's lovely. This 239 steam cruiser boat with a steam engine in it. Really nicely made. There's remote control gear in it as well for the rudder and for the whatever you call what's the thing that makes a steam engine go fast or slow? It's not a throttle, is it? What do you call it on a steam engine? Regulator. Make it go faster and slower. A remote control. We haven't got a joystick controller for it, but the standard servos it's running on, so I'm just, sure a standard servo remote controller hook up to it. Twin cylinder Stuart. Running twin propeller shafts, another one for a boat. Good sized steam engine if you've got a boat or fancy building one. What else we got? Paddle steamer, I quite like that, 20 quid. Boats are cheap, aren't they? 12, 6, 28, 10's all got to go, so get bidding. The Stuart Turner engine, 110. These are like, if you look on the Stuart Turner website, you can buy these, or the kits for them. They're like about £5 or something. A lot of money. So don't miss these. These are bargains at the minute. Well, look yourself, just search Stuart Turner Steam or something like that. You'll find the website. Pound, that one, look. I think that one's about £3.5 or something from Stuart Turner. Pound. Worth more than scrap. Where's all the steam engine bods? 261, that's a rather nice looking thing as well. With brass and with wood jackets on the cylinders. Yeah, there you go. And then lots of these sort of steam, like little steam plants, Valescos. 65. Or a pound. Figure that one out. That one's 65, that one's a pound. Maybe that one's got shinier paint on it. What else have we got? These are the ones that got kind of Meccano bases on them. Useful stuff. These early ones, early uprights. Bing's about 1920. These, I think, from the Bing mark, it's about that era. I think there's 3 or 4 Bing ones and a couple of a Falk one, I think it is. That one looks like a Falk. A couple of air engines, they're quite interesting things. So no, don't put water in them. You just heats up the air. The pistons run on air, just like Stirling engines. So quite interesting. Little tools and accessories for your steam engines. Trains then. So I think it's 3 or 4 live steam trains. 299. That's beautiful. That one. It's about 3 foot long or so with the tender. Good size, 2.5-inch gauge. Really nicely made live steam. £100. So cheap, isn't it? GWR again, 2.5-inch gauge. And these two are, I think they're kind of live steam kits been built up, but not quite ready to steam, basically, as far as I can make out. I'm no expert on them, but they've got like steel boilers in them, very heavily, all steel construction, all the gears there. But they look like they're quite plumbed up to me to actually run, if that makes sense. Maybe just never finished off. Not sure. These ones then 303 onwards are just models. It does say whether they're a model or whether they're live Steam. Steam's Rocket, that's a live Steam kit with the track and everything, all the original box. So you can chopper that around your dining table or whatever. And the Maymold ones, same. So we've got a whole kit with the track and everything in it, and then just the train and the carriages. 312, no track with that set. Both the same price, interestingly. Look, it's both 75 quid. How bizarre. There you go. What about some Clockwork Hornbys? There's a whole set of these in these boxes. £1. In fact, they're not even £1. Look, no one's bid. The starting bid's still up for £1. The whole Clockwork train set. And just the box label's quite nice to £1, isn't it? I don't know. What's wrong with people? Little Clockwork engines. £1. £1. Cheap. Get bidding. I think that's about it, isn't it? What else we got? Oh, Meccano. How's Meccano doing? Nobody wants Meccano by the looks of things. Look. Some ready-made models, some kits. There's a Meccano steam engine, motors. Lots of Clockwork motors, all working. A ton of actual Meccano itself. Loads and loads of it. Different colours, different bits, dozens of wheels, pulleys, cogs, all sorts of stuff. There you go, make something out of it all, I'm sure. The aeroplane set, that's rare, look that up. In the box, that's about 400 or 500 quid. The Dandair one's quite fun. Lego, there's a big box full of Lego. Whether it's the whole set or there or not, who knows, but there's a big box. Lego boxes. 2 foot by 80 inches or something, by about 4 inches deep. Big chunk of Lego. £1. There you go. Clocking clock 32. Clockety clock £1. And a couple of antique pine boxes. Look, £14. These used to be £40 all day long, didn't they? There you go. No one wants antiques anymore. Right, so that's where we're at that lot. Now, as regard to collect all this, look, I'm away now on a telly job next week. For those of you who tuned into the live stream last night, it was literally coming in while I was on the thing. Your phone was beeping away like mad. So I'm now tied up all week. As soon as I finish tomorrow night, the auction, the live stream, I'm then off after the live stream. We've got early start Monday morning. So regarding the collecting all this stuff, will have to be next weekend morning. So Saturday morning, I'll be at the warehouse. Knackered, probably. Saturday afternoon, I'm off to Clacton. And then obviously it was Sunday at Paul's. And then the following week, I should be back at the warehouse most of that week. So it's going to be a mad few days, isn't it? If you buy any, a few little bits and bobs and you want to collect them, if you're coming to Paul's on Sunday, I can bring them to Clacton with me. Bear in mind, I'll only be in my little car. So yeah, if they're little steam engines or Morris Minors, bits and bobs like that, I can chuck them in. If you end up buying like 6 big steam engines, then I probably won't get them in my little car. But if I can help in that regard, you're very welcome. And equally, if you've got bits for the next auction, bear in mind again, I think somebody did ask me before, I should only be in my little car. I can probably, if I can squeeze 3 or 4 wins in, that's about it. So just get in touch if you want to do something like that. Yeah, with regard to the lost and now found collection of rare machines, somebody said to me today, a few people have been talking to me about it, unsurprisingly, you should do a competition, guess what machines are there. I thought, that's quite a good idea, isn't it? Can't quite work out how to do that, but it would be quite good fun, wouldn't it? But you'll see in due course. Oops. Did you say it's okay to bring small slot machines to the next talk? Yeah, as long as they're not too big. What have you got in mind? Or ping me a message, or if you don't want to say on here, text me or WhatsApp me or something. So yeah, I can probably get in my little car like half a dozen wall machines at a push, if they're not big wall machines, or a couple of Bandits. So a little Toyota Aygo, my little dinky little car, my little red car. Probably just an all-in-all tube. Yeah, all-in-all tube will be fine. The absolute worst, we'll wedge them in Paul's arcade somewhere and collect them later. So we'll sort something out. But yeah, shove them in. I was going to try and dig out a machine myself. The other day I was rummaging around and I come across my Brenner noughts and crosses machine. Well, that'd be a fun one to take, but it needs a little bit of tweaking. But now, of course, I'm tied up all week. So I'm not going to get it done, fortunately. Can I tell you what type of machines are in the collection? E.g. Allwins, Bandits, pre-war, etc. I will tell you more soon. The only reason I don't want to mention things at the moment is because they might keep one or two or three or something, and it's bound to be a case of whatever I mention, it's just sod's law that they'll decide to keep, won't they? So that's why I'm not in the minute until give it a couple of weeks or so. Hopefully they'll clear the like the personal stuff out, and then I can go and self-photograph it all, or do a little video clip if we can get permission to film there or something like that. And then because it will be confirmed that everything that's there. So yeah. But I think you'll all be impressed. In fact, I'm sure you'll all be impressed. Save your pennies. Yeah, and I've also got to try and figure the date out, as I say, because I think I'm thinking October-ish. But I think I also might have another telly job to do then. Not sure of it. I think I might be doing the chess program again. Not sure. Still waiting to hear. But as you saw, it's always like, like Friday night. You know, you suddenly get a thing for a job on Monday morning. It's the crazy world of telly. So there we are. Why am I stuck on this page? I don't know. Let's find something else to look at, shall we? Let's go back over here again. Where are we on machines for? Up for a minute. Let's just zoom it out a little bit. How's that? That's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, the 27th of July machine auction. So entries for that close on the 13th. Don't forget. And as I say, I'm not around next week. Saturday, next Saturday morning, I will be at the warehouse in the morning. I'll try and do an early, like 9 till 12 or something. So if you've got machines to come in for 27th of July, get your skates on, get them organised. And then the collectibles 10th of August, so that'll be end of July with the closing date for that. That's probably going to be the last collectibles auction I'm going to do for probably a year, simply because I've got other auctions piling up I need to do. I need to do at least 3 of my own. I've several other auctions in the pipeline for other people that I've promised to do for the past year probably, and just haven't been able to slot them in yet. So I need to clear all that lot out before I take on any more, really. So obviously, you know, with the slot machine auction every other month, just trying to fill the gaps in the middle with all the other sales. So we'll make the August collectibles one a good one, hopefully. So we can't do an in-person auction. Yeah, well, it's just, yeah. Trouble with in-person auction is you've got to get everybody there, and you need more staff, and all that costs money, more space, because, you know, we sell as much stuff now in my little warehouse, if not more, than we should sell in the Elephant House in a third of the space, because you don't need to physically get the people in. And that's the thing, a building bigger costs a lot more money. You know, I keep trying to keep costs down, which is tricky. And yeah, the only way to do that realistically is to have a very small building and do all the work myself, and work stupidly crazy hours for probably considerably less than minimum wage if I actually worked it out. Hence, every now and again, I have to go and do my proper job and earn some real money, like next week. So apologies, but you know, we're all got to learn a living. Right, so there we are. That's where we're at with all of that lot. I think I've covered everything. Anybody need to know anything else? Then far away. So say get your tickets booked in for next weekend. Link is on the Colcon website. Or I put it in the thing above, didn't I? Go to colcon.uk/events, EVENTS, and you'll find the page, which is this page here. And click on the little link where it says all your tickets. It's only a £5 again still. I did ask Paul if he wanted a bit more because it's, you know, everything's gone up in 4 years. God knows what his electric bill is now for having the arcade on all day. I don't really ask him, but I think it's probably quite a lot. And he was saying, I think they said those nice burgers he has, they've gone up and got smaller. So he was looking for a different sort of burgers, I think. Wasn't there rumours about a large collection about 20 years ago? Hang on a minute, I just knocked my microphone off. Right, let me click the microphone back on again. There we go. Let's click it back onto Mickey. Wasn't a large collection? Yeah, it's probably the same one. As I was saying, there's over the years people have keep asking me about this supposed collection, and I was never really too sure if it was there or wasn't, but people seem to be kind of the same one people were alluding to, and the same sort of machines. So yeah, I think this is it basically. That's what we found. Because it is some of those rare machines that people are always talking about, and there's not many of them around. I reckon probably I should think half the machines in that sale will be stuff we've never sold before. And bearing in mind how many thousands of different machines I've sold, that's saying something, isn't it? And the ones that we have sold before, they are still rare, and these are particularly good examples of them as well. That makes sense. So kind of everything's a bit special, really. But yeah, I think, as I say, once I can give you the list, once I can show you what's there, and so we definitely know what is coming and what's not coming because it's being kept for the meantime, then I think a lot of you are going to say, "Ah, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that being talked about. I remember that being talked about." Or maybe you've seen them in the past, or somebody told you about them, or whatever. I think it's the same collection that kind of no one can ever quite seem to track down or find, or knew who owned it, or where it was, or anything else. But as I was saying last night, if you were tuned in, people used to ask me, as they do all the time, really, about particular machines. You know, do you know where there's one of these? Or I've heard there's one of these. Do you know who owns it? Because I want to buy it. And I said, "No, sorry, I don't." And then they sort of don't believe it half the time. They say, "Well, I don't want, you know, you don't have to tell me who owns it or where it is. I just want to see if I could buy it. Maybe you can do a deal type thing." And I said, "No, honestly, I don't know, because I do broker deals like that sometimes now and again. Done a few over the years for various clients. We've got some clients that are well, quite well known in the public eye, shall we say, who don't like turning up to auctions for whatever reason. I don't see why not, because we used to have one or two celebs who did pop along to the auctions reasonably regularly, but there's a few that don't want to be. I think they're going to get harassed or what, God knows. Anyway, whatever, not my concern. So yeah, you know, those type of people sometimes would come and say, "Look, I want a really nice whatever, Jennings Governor, for example." Price didn't really matter. So then I'd ask around a few people who I know who'd got particularly nice Jennings Governors, for example, say, "Look, I've got a good buyer. Are you interested in selling?" And then sometimes, you know, put a little deal together. And do things like that. So Yeah. But this batch I could never track down, but now we have. So there you go. All good stuff. But yeah, as I say, I suspect once I start sticking photographs up, you'll all say, "Ah, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I remember people talking about that, or I remember seeing that, or I wonder where that was, or whatever." I may even find out where some of it come from. I don't know. Hmm. So, yeah, I think that's it then. So tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Don't forget the 10 o'clock start. We'll do tomorrow night as usual the post auction live stream. Have a look through the prices of what sold. See if I've got a World's Fair coin slot. I haven't looked at one of those for a few weeks, have we? I think I've kind of run out of weeks. My pile's getting quite small. I have to dig some more out from somewhere. And something else I was going to look at tomorrow, and I can't think what it was. I'll come to you in a minute. Yeah, and then as I say, next week I'm not going to be around in the week, so bear that in mind. Tickets for pools will be emailed out on Friday evening, so don't panic if it doesn't kind of appear instantly. So I do them all once they're all in and send them all out at once. With the directions, etc., if you haven't been to pools before, so you can know where you're going. Hotels, if you're staying for the weekend, I'm booked in the... Where am I booked in? Travelodge, I think. Premier. Travelodge, I think it is. One that's slightly up Pier Avenue. It's Premier on the front. There's King's Cliff in Holland-on-Sea, apparently. Somebody stayed last year. That was quite all right. Holland-on-Sea is sort of the next along, a few miles along, not very far from Clacton. Obviously, you've got Airbnb type places. Yeah, sure you'll find somewhere. Right, that's it, I think. I need some dinner. So I will do my best to sell you all a steam engine tomorrow, or a Morris Minor, or a Fairground model, or boat, or something. And we'll catch up tomorrow night again. Super. Have a jolly evening. Go and enjoy your barbecues. See you then. Nighty night. Oh, I was going to have a look at the little thingy, wasn't I? I did a little survey thing here. Let's do an end poll. Who's coming and who's not? Does it tell us? Here we go. Yes, no, maybe. A third of you were coming. Well, that's good. I don't know how many people that was out of. Anyway, we'll see some of you there, won't we? Right, that's it. Nighty night.